Today's video will not be for everybody because it will depend on where you live, what kind of neighborhood you live in, what the area is like, and even what exactly you want. Today's video is for those of you who want to be able to sell your 3D prints from home within your local market. And sometimes that can include being at actual markets. But this is for those who want to sell directly to people within their neighborhoods or their small communities, and you don't want to use things like Etsy, Shopify, TikTok, or other online platforms. Today, I'm going to walk you through how I make a lot of local sales and how I do my pickups for those sales specifically. And that is the area that may not apply to everybody because it really will depend on the kind of area that you live in. My name is Ashley, and I have built a six-figure bakery from my home. I am now taking everything that I have learned from building that business over the last 6.5 years to build a 3D printing business in our home. But this time I'm taking you along with me because I want to give everybody the knowledge to build a small business from home. So let's get into it. When I talk about selling things within your local community, I mean perhaps you are listing stuff up on Facebook Marketplace, or you are using a targeted social media account such as Instagram, Google Business, or Facebook. If you still don't have a Google Business account, don't worry. I am going to be doing a video on that within the next couple weeks to show you exactly how to set it up and to show you how you don't have to put your home address on the Google listing. As for many people, including me, that's not something that you necessarily want to put out to the entire world. So the vast majority of my local sales comes from two different places. A, my Instagram account, or B, Facebook Marketplace. Now, you don't need a huge Instagram following to be successful with selling locally. For instance, my bakery, I am just over 2,600 followers. That is over 6.5 years in the making, but almost all of those followers are people who are local to me in my community. And you don't need thousands of people to keep your business busy all the time. The 3D printing business, I only started our Instagram, I believe, last summer, and we're just over 500 people now. Now, with that account, because of this channel, I do have a bunch of people that follow me from YouTube. If you do, please engage with my content because the algorithm will punish me if not. And I'm totally happy for you to follow and see what I'm up to, but please at least like the posts. Otherwise, the algorithm will think I have a bunch of people who don't care about my content following me and then will punish me and not show that content to other people. I do also have a bunch of followers on my Instagram that have come from other local groups, from my local markets, or just people in the neighborhood. And again, you don't need tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of followers when you're talking about dealing with your local market. You get a couple dozen people who are repeat customers or who will refer you to their family and friends. That will keep your business busy as long as you treat them right and give good quality products. Now, a couple tips that I'm going to give you for putting up listings on Facebook Marketplace or posting up products on your Instagram, because you can actually tag products right on your Instagram that people can then purchase from the posts. I'm going to challenge you, and I know it's hard, to not put in the description that that item is 3D printed. How many people will start off selling something, especially on Facebook Marketplace, and they will say a 3D printed ice cream pint holder? Something being 3D printed isn't a selling feature of that item. I don't put that my items are 3D printed. They don't need to know that that is the method that things are made with because I'm putting out high quality items. You want to tell people what the benefits of your product are. So the title for my item in Facebook Marketplace might be cute pink penguin ice cream pint holder. And then in the description, similar with selling in other places online, but I'm going to tell them that it will keep your hands from getting cold, keep your ice cream from melting in your hands. It has spots to hold the spoons so that you have a spot to put your spoon down when you're not actively eating it, right? I want to give people the benefits of this product. And then the way that I do all of my pickups for people who are local to me is I do porch pickups. I have a cabinet on my porch. It has seen better days because it's very windy where I live and it has been blown over a couple times, but I'm coming up with something to cover the mess on the front of the cabinet. So don't worry about that. But I have this cabinet on my porch and I can put everybody's pickups in there with their names on it, on their bag, and they will come and they will pick up their items. If the item is a custom print, I always get prepayment. Don't ever make anything custom that people don't prepay you for, because if they don't show up, you have wasted your time and your money in terms of your machine costs and filament costs making that item that now they don't want. So please at least take a retainer when you are making a custom item. If it's something else that maybe you always have on hand, so let's say something like these flexi snakes, right? Where I'm just showing them what I have. Then for this, I'll often just allow them to pay cash. And I do have a locking mailbox attached to my house. So when they come and they pick up, they can drop the cash in the mailbox, grab their item, and they're on their way. Now, again, this is really particular to the kind of area that you live. If you think that A, your items will be safe in a cabinet on your porch, and B, the people picking up are going to pay you when they pick up. I have been doing this for many years because of the bakery, and so far I haven't had problems with people not paying. Does it happen to people out there? Absolutely, it does. So you have to determine if this is a good option for where you live. If this is something you are going to decide to do and allow local pickups, I highly recommend making sure that you have something like a doorbell camera. You could have a security camera as well, but I prefer the doorbell cameras. I like the height that they sit at. I like the fact that you can talk back and forth through them. And I like a variety of different features that the cameras offer. For me, I use the Reolink doorbell camera, which gives me a great head to toe view of whoever's on my porch. I love that it'll actually determine between a person being on the porch and a package delivered. I get a lot of packages delivered because of both businesses. So this allows me to quickly get out to the porch, grab that package before somebody else might come by and take it for themselves. But I can also see who is coming to my cabinet to pick up, and I can ensure that their money goes into the mailbox. If I happen to see that they don't put the money into the mailbox, of course, then I'm going to reach out and follow up and suggest that they send me an e-transfer. For those of you who live in the States, then you might ask for Zelle or Venmo or PayPal, however you do it. In Canada, we have e-transfers that we typically tend to use for this kind of stuff. When it comes to the Reolink cameras, I love the clarity of their images. But one of the biggest selling features for me is that you don't have to pay for cloud storage. You can if you want to. That is an option that they will give you. But I love that it just takes a micro SD card right inside of the camera and that all of the videos will be stored right onto that memory card. I also have the chime connected to it, which is essentially a way to extend the sound of the doorbell. So it just plugs into an outlet. And it's great for me because both my bakery and 3D printing business are in the basement of our home. So if I'm down here working and somebody comes and rings the doorbell, this will ensure that I don't miss it because it will come through and be nice and loud in the basement for me to hear it. Another tip I want to give you for helping to grow your online presence, whether it's through Instagram or being able to share those marketplace listings, is to get known in your local community groups. So don't be the person who just goes into the community groups and blasts their business posts and you're kind of in like a take thing. Go into those groups and give information, help people out, tell them about fun local events that maybe have nothing to do with your business. Comment on people's posts. Be in those groups so that people can get to know your name. Then when it is time to do that local business post, once a month, once a week, whatever it is, people will recognize your name as somebody who's been helpful in the group. And make sure, obviously, that you link back to your Facebook business page or your Instagram page, whatever it might be, so that people can then follow you outside of that group And you don't have to rely just on the business posts in that group for people to see what you're advertising for the week. I understand that this may not be the perfect solution for everybody, but it does work really well for me in how I want to build my business right now. Do I want to grow online someday? Yes, probably. But I live in Canada and we have very high shipping rates. So for me, it's harder to be able to do that because it's difficult to tack that shipping fee onto the purchase price with how expensive our shipping is. So for now, I really like to be able to grow locally through porch pickups or through my markets. I hope that for those of you who are hoping to grow locally, you found this video helpful. Please hit the like button and comment down below if you are somebody who is looking to grow your business locally, and tell me if this was helpful for you and how exactly you plan to do that. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It really helps immensely for a small channel like mine to be able to grow and to be seen so that I can keep coming here to give you guys this content. And you want to be subscribed so that future tutorials are going to pop up on your notifications. If you want more information on the specific doorbell camera that I use, the Reolink, I will leave a link below in the description so that you can go and check it out for yourself and see if it would be a good fit for you. I really do think that in today's world, everybody should have a doorbell camera, but especially if you want to be able to grow your business by doing at home pickups, it is a must, in my opinion. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, happy printing.